else. Get me annoyed. Here's Carlisle in Virginia. Carlisle, good afternoon. How are you today? What's going on?
You know, let me say this. I'm a wrestling fan, so I didn't have any close urges in it, but from last year or so with this Donnie Big thing, for whatever reason, I just continue to say that I think the commissioner was full of himself, and it was all about, treating about safety and shit.
I believe he cares. I think he did a bad job of probably also being the judge and jury, but I think he's got the heart in the right place on that, to be fair.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but the point is this. When you stand up on the soapbox and you say these things, you gotta do it 100%. And even though we talk about wins and losses, sooner or later, and I was talking about earlier, I think the next thing that, and I'm not wishing it, okay, but I'm just saying, the next thing that's going to happen behind these referees and them taking a stand, keeping here, is going to be that somebody is going to get hurt, either a player, a coach, or even a referee, because the players are incensed every week, the coaches are incensed, and I'm not wishing it when I say getting hurt. I'm not preaching violence from fans. I'm talking about on the field, something's going to happen where, I'm a Redskins fan. That Redskins Ram game last week.
Yeah, that was a bad. Now, I will say one thing about the coaches that I have not gotten to a little bit, and the players. I mean, is it asking too much for the coaches under this dire situation the NFL is going under right now, that the coaches can act a little decorum? And like McCarthy did, you that in this situation, that you don't act like a buffoon, like Jack Del Rio. I mean, he's a football coach. He's not freaking, he's not in Afghanistan, all right? He's not fighting the battle of the Bulge. He's not Eisenhower, right? He's not fighting for Verdun in 1918. He's a football coach. That's all he is. He's not better than you and me. He's a football coach. And Fox, and Belichick, and now John Harbaugh. Is it asking too much? And the players who have named each other, because they know they can get away with it. Is it asking? And Green's going to be the apologist. Oh, it's competitive. These guys put their heart and soul in it. All that crap that you hear. Oh, the heart and soul. They sleep in the office. They're so competitive. Oh, stop. Will you please? This is McCarthy is competitive as everybody else. He handled it properly. Is it asking too much for some of these coaches who are, especially the coaches, players, it's a barbaric sport, they can act like that at times, I get that. But is it asking too much for some coaches in this situation to act a little class and say, you know what, I got a bunch of replacements here, got the world watching, we got a bad crew, we got this, we got that, let me act like a human being. Is it asking too much? Belichick who makes billions of dollars a year is going to the Hall of Fame, can he act like a human being? Won 3 Super Bowls. Can he act like a human being? And John Harbaugh, who, by the way, you know what? Harbaugh should also stand on his knees every 5 seconds and pray for forgiveness to the Ravens fan for how poor he was in last year's AFC Championship game. One of the worst coach ball games in that I've ever seen in my life was by John Harbaugh. And that also means last year in Pittsburgh when he got 4th and 19 on an 890-year-old bomb. Is it asking?
Shut up, bad dog. Lower cholesterol. The chances are you haven't heard that in treatment. Instant gratification, zero commitment. What are you waiting for? Sign up today at fantasybeer.com. Each time you got paid to do the job you've always dreamed of having.
Price official by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. Details visit AIGdirect.com.
If you died tomorrow, would your family?
Get good pictures, send them my way. And I say that to him every single time you go on the trip. And by the way, I don't remember him coming up to me and asking him. And I happened to pass before. And I did not single JD out. And I didn't single JD out. And if you listen to that, I just said in general, like I was sitting at home this weekend and I see Ronnie's got great tweets going out and all these awesome pictures and tweets. I got tweets, howardstern.com. But I don't know why. So I was just venting. I was venting to the news. I admit it. I was venting my frustration. You got good content. Put it on Howard Stern. And then, but the bigger story here is that JD's not angry about this because what happened was he just started unloading on John Lieberman about things I didn't even know he was angry at me about.